Oh, hey, look, it's me. I am not a baker, but I think I'd like to try to be. This is boxed cake. It's fine, but I'm going to try and make it better using the internet and some non-existent baking skills. On the back of the box, it says that all you need for a delicious cake is a cup of water, a third of a cup of neutral oil, and 3 eggs. Now, the internet says in chocolate cake, you can substitute the water for coffee. On pretty much all cakes, you can swap out the oil for butter. Something about 4 eggs being better than 3, and a pinch of salt. So first, let's knock out a cup of coffee. You could probably just grab a bottle of cold brew from a gas station, but in this household, we like to suffer for our caffeine. So here we go. Thank God that's over. Now get a medium to large mixing bowl, take a little sip, and pour 1 cup of warm-ish coffee into the bowl. Because it's still warm, I'm hoping it will melt the butter, but come down in temperature enough to not cook the eggs. We'll see. Half the internet says to use an equal amount of melted butter to oil on the package directions, and half the internet says to double the amount of butter. Today we're using 1 stick of butter, which is half a cup, or as you may have noticed, neither of the recommendations. Give it a good mix, and when it feels right, add in 1, 2, 3, and 4 eggs, and give it the old beat down. This went on for 30 to 60 seconds on a low to medium speed until I grabbed my dry ingredients. Here you can see me fighting with a plastic bag for a few moments before grabbing some scissors and moving on. Don't forget the salt, I almost did. It's a pinch, I'm not sure what that translates to in any measurable amounts, but if you do, please let me know in the comments for future reference. In goes the dry mix, and then beat it for 30 seconds on low and 2 to 3 minutes on high. I decided to make this a 3-layer cake because I hated that the package said to only use 2 pans, and my Amazon.com 133-piece baking set came with 3 pans. These pans also came with these little paper liners that I will learn to hate in a little bit, so I line all the pans and then evenly distribute the 945 grams of batter and spoon it into what I believe to be even layers. Once my oven hits 350 degrees Fahrenheit, I slap them inside for 22 of the 24 to 28 minutes recommended on the box. I did this because I was sure that with less batter in each pan, they would bake faster. While they bake, I spend 22 minutes cleaning up the mess that I've made, and about the time I finish, I grab my unsurprisingly tiny cakes out of the pans and stack them neatly on this cool cooling rack. This will be set behind me and be allowed to stare in silent judgment while it comes to room temperature. I wasn't sure about the whole frosting thing, but the internet says just add something or mix it in real good to make it fluffy. Since this is chocolate and technically has coffee in it, I figured a hazelnut spread would make the most sense. So here comes the mixing bowl that I fight my creamy chocolate mixture into before allowing something unholy to occur with the hazelnut spread. Before the aggression, they look like this in the bowl. It is not appetizing, and my hopes have begun to sink. Once they're in the bowl, I grab my mixer and go wild. I think I mixed them for 3 to 4 minutes and ended up with a pleasantly fluffy and pretty delicious mix. This will go to the side for a bit because I have got to get these cakes ready. My Amazon.com 133-piece baking kit came with this gold board thing and a little saw that I'll use to make 3 even layers out of my 3 very uneven cakes. I chose the number 8 on this little saw thing because 9 seemed to be too low and 7 was too high. I don't understand this measurement system, but this is where we're at. I slice my cakes, and believe it or not, they are beautiful on the inside. The layers aren't exactly perfect, but a first try is a first try. Once each of the 3 layers is cut, I snag a piping bag and a weird plastic implement I think I understand from my little box of goodies, and wrestle as much icing as I can into the bag. I was not good at this. Layer 1 down, and I forgot to cut the piping bag. Get that done, eat a little frosting, and spin the first layer. Other than resembling poop, it is not half bad. With a newfound confidence, I grab my tiny spatula and completely ruin the frosting in a matter of seconds. But no big deal, if you can cover your mistake with another layer of cake, did you even make a mistake? So, on goes the second cake, second spin of frosting that will not see a spatula, and finally a third beautiful layer of chocolate cake. I did squirt some frosting onto the side of the cake layers to shoot for a uniform side. I have no idea if this is cheating or not. Bakers, please, if you can let me know in the comments if this is the wrong thing to do. I will never do it again. Here I go in for the final layer of frosting and immediately run out. Sick. Fortunately, I had some left in the bowl and one of these little plastic spreader doodads. I am not a pro, as I think we can all see, but I feel like I got it pretty flat and then used one of those spiky tips to make what I can only describe as dookies on top. But really, we're here for the final product, which is this. Over comes a tiny plate and a mug of now cold coffee and a slice of piece to give it a try. Look at that cross section. Maybe not this one, the lighting is pretty bad. Anyway, now for the bite. I've got to say, I think the coffee is a waste. It just tastes like chocolate and hazelnut, which is good, but I am no expert here. Maybe we'll make one with water and compare the two. Overall, I give this 5 hazelnuts out of 7 hazelnuts. I would say make one. It's very good. I couldn't tell you if it's better, but I did finish this entire cake in 3 days.